What's up, Vivint? Today, we're going to talk about time management, more specifically, remaining mentally focused and working diligently throughout our entire day each day. The only scarce resource that we have during the summer is our time. There's an unlimited amount of sales. You couldn't possibly get to all of your sales because there's a limited amount of time. And so that being said, if we're able to, master the management of our time, we'll be able to bring the most value to each hour that we have out there. I guess, in order to combat these unjustifiable feelings that get in our way, I think we need to understand the statistics of our business. Last year, in 2015, only 27.5% of Vivint sales came before 5 o'clock. And so that means that only 27% of your income is going to come before 5 o'clock. So I guess a question that I would ask you is, can we really be upset if we don't have a sale by 5 o'clock? Should we? I mean, I don't think so. I think that, 3/4 of our income is coming after that time. So we shouldn't be upset. We should honestly expect it. Only 1 out of 4 times are we going to sell before then. One tip that, helps people stay focused throughout the day, is to just break up your day into smaller brackets. So I'm going to show you how I break up my day and, kind of give you a mechanical and a mental tip for each bracket. The first bracket is between 1:30 and 5 o'clock. This is the beginning part of your day. You're just getting out. You're kind of getting your bearings in the neighborhood. I view that part of the day as a warm-up. You're mainly focused on getting through as many steps in the sales process as possible, to warm up that part of the brain that we need to use to make our sales. And hopefully, so long as we did this step properly, when we are given our good look or good looks for the day, which most often come after 5 o'clock, you're ready to capitalize, you're prepared. And so it's important to start fast, but it's also important to remember to keep a healthy pace throughout the day. So that's your mental. As far as mechanically, I think it's really important that during this time, we do not want to spend any time knocking doors where you're not sure if they're home or not. In order to do that, I think that, you need to look for 2 cars. You need to look for old people cars like Buicks and Lincolns, look for doors and windows that are propped open. The other part is we want to be gathering as much information as we can in the early day. Information like, getting, references, finding out people's occupations, who knows each other, who's younger family, older family, and when prospects normally get home. If you guys do this properly, most often the information that you gather in this early bracket is going to lead you to your sale or your sales each and every day. The second bracket is prime time. So 5 o'clock hits, boom, it's prime time. This is the best time of the day. We know statistically that 72% of our sales are gonna come after 5 o'clock. And so most often, this is when you guys are going to, make your sales. And so you should get excited. Every single time I like to break up the day too by having, my snack and my Cliff Bar or, whatever you guys bring out, and then chug a bottle of water. And then, most importantly, to kick off that bracket, you need to jog up to your first pitch of that bracket. Gets the blood moving again. Mechanically, I think it's really, really important that regardless of where you are when prime time hits, you need to turn back around and you need to go back the way that you came. During the beginning part of the day, you passed a ton of homes where people were not at home. And, along that way, you were gathering information about all of the people in that area. And so you want to turn around and use all that information you gathered on the people that are now starting to get home from work. And so mechanical tip, turn around, head back the way you came. The third and final bracket each day is, your after 9 bracket. So 11% of Vivint summer sales were made after 9 o'clock. So that means that by not continuing to work after 9 o'clock, we are voluntarily taking an 11% pay cut. So as far as, mechanically, how do we capitalize during this bracket? This seems to be a difficult adjustment for rookies, but once you learn it, you're going to love it. I think that it's a good time to save, all of your callbacks and your appointments for this bracket. A lot of people, you have these solid callbacks. So I would say to you that if they are in fact solid callbacks, they'll be just as solid after 9. And so now, just if you don't have any solid callbacks or appointments, I would still say that we should still be, working. I think we need to spend time talking to the people that are most obviously home. So look for the house that's lit up like a Christmas tree, where you see the TV on in the living room, all the lights are on inside, the porch lights are also on. And then, I think throughout our experience in each turf, we start recognizing that, man, this house is never here. I never see them home. Keep a mental note of that and maybe check, after 9, like, hey, this guy, if he's never home during the day, he's most likely going to be home, later. And so, those are some of your easiest sales are made after 9. What I would say is that no bracket is more important than the other. They all serve their purpose. You cannot expect to close your primetime good looks if you haven't warmed up. Also, there will 100% be multiple days this summer where your only sales opportunity that you get is waiting for you after 9 o'clock. So when your manager tells you, hey, in order to be successful, you need to work all the hours, this is what your manager's talking about. He's talking about capitalizing on every single bracket each day. So we need to learn to stay engaged throughout the entire day. My homework for you is to write down the points of focus for each bracket and try and put them in action today.